Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is another game from round 2 of the League Cup that happened at Die Hard Games on July 20th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. More info in the description, and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game that has already started, but since the first game I recorded in round 2 ended so quickly, I moved the camera on over, and both players still have 6 prize cards remaining. It's still pretty early. Over on the left is Regidrago V-Star. Over on the right is our Palkia Articuno Paralysis deck. You kind of see what's on the board here, so we will just hop in and get ready to go and do our best. Looks like play is over on Regidrago's side, who looks like they double Ultra Balled those Dragon type Pokemon that they want in the discard pile. Establish their board with the Pokemon found off of the Ultra Ball Regidrago V-Star on the board. Next is Mew EX's Restart to draw up to 3 cards in hand, completely emptying their hand with those double Ultra Ball. Next is Teal Dance, attach an energy to that Teal Mask Ogre Pawn, doesn't count as the energy attachment per turn, and draw a card. Now Professor's Research, time to let it all go and start fresh. Discard the hand and draw 7 fresh new cards. I think we still have Regidrago's V-Star ability Power Online, as a fire energy is attached to it. Now we're looking for those double energy switch, so we can start swinging with that Regidrago V-Star on their turn 2. I think this must be. Alright, Regidrago V-Star uses its V-Star Power ability, Legacy Star. Discard the top 7 cards of your deck, then put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. So we are looking for the double energy switch. I see one. I see the one. Do we have another in hand or in that discard pile? I think they missed. If not, they would have grabbed it very quickly. Our player's just double checking the discard pile to see if there for sure is not a second energy switch in there. And if not, then what's the next best grab? I do not think they can attack without the second energy switch this turn. So energy switch and grass energy pulled out of the discard pile. Energy switch still played to move a grass energy from the Teal Mask Ogre Pawn to the Regidrago V-Star. Its attack, of course, costs 2 grass and a fire. That's why we needed the double energy switch. Things are passed back over to our Articuno player. 2 energy now on that bench Articuno. Artisan being played now to search the Stadium card, of course, in play allows that player to search their deck for a basic non-rule box Pokemon to add to the bench. A second Monkey Dory joins the party here. The Articuno, of course, has the Wild Freeze attack. It does 70 damage and paralysis. Professor Turo's Scenario now played to pick up that Monkey Dory to add it to the hand. A new Pokemon must be promoted, so the Articuno moves into the active spot. Monkey Dory hits the bench again, and we are paralyzing here with Wild Freeze. 70 damage. This Pokemon does 50 to itself. Your opponent's active is now paralyzed. That free retreat on that Mew means nothing now, as it's paralyzed. We need to find switching cards. Paralyzed, if you guys didn't know, means that you turn the Pokemon to the side to show that it's paralyzed, and that status condition says you cannot attack or retreat during your turn, and once your turn is over, the Pokemon's unparalyzed. Second Regidrago V-Star established on the board. Grass energy attached to the powered up Regidrago V-Star. It's ready to attack, but it needs to get into the active spot to do so. Thanks to the paralysis, it's very hard for a Regidrago player to do so. Not with a golden basic switch, though. switching that Mew out of the active spot, the powered up Regidrago V-Star into the active spot, and I think we are using Dragapult's attack here. Regidrago, if you guys didn't know, has the Apex Dragon attack. Choose an attack from a Dragon type Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. That's why we want to get those Dragon type Pokemon in the discard pile, so Regidrago V-Star can channel them and attack. Maximum belt attached to the bench Regidrago V-Star, allowing it to do 50 more damage to opposing Pokemon EX. Really not relevant here, it seems. Just getting it out of the hand as a professor's research is next, discarding that hand and drawing 7 fresh new cards. More energy switch, more grass energy, more Ogerpon may be needed here for the Regidrago player. There's another Ogerpon as a Nest Ball is played to search the deck for a basic Pokemon and establish that second Teal Mask Ogerpon EX onto the field. Hopefully there's a grass energy attached so we can keep accelerating. There we go. Teal Mask number 1, attach a grass, draw a card. Teal Mask number 2, attach a grass, draw a card. Looking for fire energy, energy switch, whatever to continue to build this second Regidrago V-Star for whenever the first goes down. If it doesn't just get trapped by paralysis, we're actually going to use the Hisuian Gudra V-Star's attack here with Apex Dragon. And that attack is Rolling Iron, 200 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 80 less damage from attacks, KOing that Articuno and providing some protection. The experience share there preserves one of those basic water energy from that KO'd Articuno, attaching it to the Radiant Greninja that moves into the active spot. And play resumes over on its side. First is Artisan to search the deck for a basic non-rule box Pokemon. None targeted here, but a free deck search is always nice. Another Articuno established and Unfair Stamp played. That Ace Spec item card can only be played if your opponent took a KO on their last turn. When you play it, both players shuffle their hands into their deck. The Stamp player gets 5 cards from the top afterwards. The opponent gets 2. Talk about unfair, huh? Let's see what else our Articuno Palkia V player can put together. A couple water energy in hand, so there can be an energy attachment this turn. I think they were looking for a Palkia V-Star as a skateboard's put onto the other Articuno. And Iono. Okay, so yeah, I think just looking for the Palkia V-Star in order to attack this turn. Iono has both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of their deck, and then draw cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards. And the Palkia V-Star is found here, evolved on the bench. It's got that V-Star power that can accelerate energy, but not before Radiant Greninja discards energy to draw 2 more cards with its ability Concealed Cards. Greninja retreats into Articuno. Origin Form Palkia uses its V-Star Power Star Portal to accelerate up to 3 basic energy from the discard pile, water energy. That gets put onto the board as shown. And now the Articuno continues its Paralysis Lock. Wild Freeze, 70 damage, 50 to itself. And the opponent's active is paralyzed, most importantly. This play resumes over on Regidrago's side. 1 switch down. The Ace Spec maximum belts there, so there's no Prime Catcher. So I wonder how many switch are in our Regidrago player's deck. The V-Star power was already used, so if they're in the discard pile, they're going to stay there as a Teal Dance is used to attach a grass energy and draw a card. Fire energy put onto the bench. Regidrago V-Star energy switch moves a grass energy from the Ogerpon EX onto the Regidrago V-Star. The second one's getting built, but what good is it if there's no attack? Next is Earthen Vessel to discard another Dragon-type Pokemon. Dragonite to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy. None targeted here, so mostly just getting that Dragonite out of the hand into the discard pile where you want it for Regidrago to copy its attack. But remember, we got to get around the paralysis lock first. I could see up to 2 switches being played in this Regidrago deck. Boss's orders now brings up the benched Palkia V-Star. Mew EX uses Restart to draw up to 3 cards. Another energy switch is found. We're finding all the energy switch now. And that grass energy moved onto that bench Regidrago V-Star, and things are passed back over because of paralysis to our Origin Form Palkia V-Star player. With the side of double Articuno, of course. Don't forget the double Monkey Dory. What a combo here. Darkness energy in hand. So we could start attaching to those Monkey Dory, but maybe we just start attacking with the Origin Form Palkia. I think we'd rather attack with Articuno here, as Super Rod shuffles back into the deck from discard pile Articuno and a couple of basic energy. Those basic energy, of course, are going to be found instantly with an Earthen Vessel. Discarding a card and adding those 2 energy to hand. All the energy in hand now, all the options. The Origin Form Palkia V-Star cannot one-shot the opposing Regidrago V-Star, but it can hit it pretty hard. Energy attached to it. And yeah, I think we're just swinging with Subspace Swell. 60 plus 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Setting up the 2-shot here on this opposing Regidrago V-Star. As play resumes over on its side, Earthen Vessel discards a Noivern EX. Another Dragon-type Pokemon attack to copy. I think that one basically just blocks opponent's basics from attacking, is the primary attack used there. Earthen Vessel, of course, is just mostly getting rid of that card from hand, not finding any basic energy from the deck. I think we probably see most of it all out on the field. So now Regidrago V-Star can attack here. And I guess you could take a one-shot with the Raging Bolt attack, but then all your energy is in the discard pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess not all of it. I guess it's still okay, but then you've got to worry about the Articuno lock. Either way, thinking too far ahead, as Mew EX uses Restart to draw up to 3 cards in hand. That Mew is putting in work this game. It'd be really nice to attack with a fresh Regidrago as well, as Boss's Orders is used to bring up the Articuno with the rescue board. And we're going to swing with Dragapult EX's Phantom Dive attack. 200 damage, put 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. KO the active. 6 go. Oh, that was nice. 6 go on to the damaged Articuno on the bench to clean up the KO on it. Removing all Articuno from play. Very nice. For a Regidrago player, at least. Yeah, double Articuno KO here means the Palkia V-Star can clean up the KO, but more attackers need to be set up over on that side. EXP share preserves a water energy on that Radiant Greninja. Palkia V-Star to the active, play resumes on its side. Now let's see how they can respond. Boss's Orders in hand, but I think we want to KO the active. So really no need to play that supporter for a turn. We want to re-establish Articuno into play this turn. Even taking a KO with Articuno would probably be ideal. I didn't calculate that subspace swell damage earlier, but Darkness Energy attached to the bench Monkey Dory, activating its Adrenabrain ability to move 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponents. Okay, there is another Articuno index, so Artisan finds that and establishes it onto the board. I don't think we can power it up this turn, so Boss's Orders brings up the fresh Regidrago. And we're going to subspace swell into it. 220 damage, I believe, something like that. Both Regidrago heavily damaged now. So I think Articunos can maybe pick up those KOs if needed. But still, I don't think there's any way, aside from the Raging Bolt, that Regidrago can KO the active Origin Form Palkia V-Star. Maybe worth just going for. At this point, you have to discard 4 energy in order to take the KO with Raging Bolt's Bellowing Thunder attack. First, Teomask Ogerpon dances, gets an energy attached. A card is drawn from the top of that, 4-card deck. We are churning through it here in this other game from round 2 of the League Cup. Now, which attack do we use? Bellowing Thunder. 70 times the amount of energy you discard from your side of the field. 4 energy discard means 280 damage, which means KO that Origin Form Palkia V-Star. Just 1 prize card left for our Regidrago V-Star player. Monkey Dory in the active. Earthen Vessel discards a card in order to search the deck for 2 more basic water energy to add to their side of the field. Is there really going to be a Gradient Greninja KO here? Okay, Snorlax blocks Snorlax, hits the field now. That's scary. The concealed cards, I believe, is here now. Radiant Greninja discards an energy to draw 2 more cards. Let's see all the options we have. Switch card. Okay, switches that Radiant Greninja into the active spot. We see a darkness energy attached to it. Its Moonlight Shuriken is now fully powered up and used here. Moonlight Shuriken has you discard 2 basic energy from that Radiant Greninja in order to deal 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Lots of heavily damaged Pokemon over on the opponent's side, so which ones are we dealing damage to? The bench Regidrago for the KO, and the Mew EX. Yeah? Why is that Regidrago still there? Alright, so yeah, it looks like the Radiant Greninja dealt damage to the bench Regidrago V-Star to clean up the KO on it, and then the other 90 was put on the Mew EX to put it in range of a KO later. Alright. I'm still kind of confused with this Regidrago V-Star being there, but I think the player just forgot to put it in the discard pile. Either way, a superior energy retrieval is played. That item card has you discard 2 cards from hand to return from the discard pile up to 4 basic energy cards to hand. 3 grass, 1 fire, restored to the hand. Now our player is checking out their discard pile, seeing what resources they have used already, what 3 cards may or may not be in deck. What a nail biter of a game we have going on here, with 1 prize card left to take for our active player's turn for the game. Basic fire attached to the active V-Star. Teal Dance now accelerates a fire energy, draws a card. Can we go in with that Ogerpon now for the last... Oh my gosh, if this Regidrago can attack, which I don't know how many energy switcher down with Regidrago can attack, that's game. That's so scary for our Palkia player. Really, if the Ogerpon can attack, yeah, I think that would take the KO too. So energy switch moves an energy onto the active Regidrago V-Star. I feel like we're out of energy switch at this point. And Iono, so good, so close. Both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of their deck, and then draw cards equal to their remaining prize card. 1 and 4 here. Next is Mew EX. Restart to draw up to 3. Is that last energy switch in deck? If we found it, we slam it, but instead it's an Earthen Vessel discarding a card, searching the deck for 2 basic grass energy to add to the hand. We can Teal Dance again. but I just don't know. I feel like all the energy switch are gone. It looks like they passed things over to our Radiant Greninja Articuno Palkia player. Blood Moon Ursaluna EX put onto the bench. Iono played over on Articuno's side. You guys know what Iono does by now. And we've got some cards in hand. There's a counter catcher. It is live. We could go for a counter catcher block Snorlax angle here if they really want to. If they can't, yeah, they really can't win this turn. No. No way to get 2 more energy on that Radiant Greninja. If it's 90/90s even doing enough to take the last 4 prize cards of the game. So there we go. Manually retreat into that block Snorlax. Block Snorlax has the block ability that basically says your opponent's active Pokemon cannot retreat. Counter Catcher is live since the opponent has taken more prize cards. Counter Catcher is basically a boss's orders here, bringing up the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX into the active spot. Block Snorlax attempts to trap it there, as the Regidrago player does not have many cards in deck. So if they can't get out of the active or do any KOs, they would just lose. Energy attached to the bench Articuno, and play resumes over on Regidrago's side. Mew EX restart, draw up to 3. I think it was a restart for 1 here. And we need switch cards. Oh, and things are passed back over to our Articuno player, who plays an Irida. That supporter lets them search their deck for an item card and a water Pokemon. The item card is Earthen Vessel. Water Pokemon, Origin Form Palkia V, just a discard with that Earthen Vessel to search the deck for 2 basic energy cards. Darkness and Water found off of this Earthen Vessel here. And what else can this Articuno deck do to make life hard for our Regidrago player? Water energy attached to the bench Articuno. Radiant Greninja draws 2 more cards by discarding energy and passes things over to our Regidrago player. 2 cards left in deck. Blocks Snorlax, making the active Pokemon not retreat. So just a draw and pass for our Regidrago player. Actions back over on Articuno's side. Switch card moves that Articuno into the active spot. Irida is played now to search the deck for an item and a tool. Super Rod is the item only going to be found here to shuffle back into the deck from discard pile some resources. 2 water, 1 darkness energy back into the deck here. And it seems that our Articuno player now has full control of this game. Articuno uses Wild Freeze, 70 damage, and the opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. Articuno does 50 to itself. Devil Monkey Dory can completely erase that damage. So scary. The active Teal Mask Ogerpon EX is paralyzed. Paralyzed means you cannot attack or retreat, and at the end of the turn you're unparalyzed. Our Regidrago player sees the writing here on the wall and concedes. Glad we were able to sneak that second game in there of round 2 of the cup. What do you think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.